at the Academy Awards, the Oscars. Last Sunday, Will Smith broke the internet with walking on stage and slapping Chris Rock, and Chris Rock making a comment about Jada. Chris Rock was saying that he was only making a G.I. Jane joke, but Will Smith, thought he was talking about his wife's health conditions because I think she has alopecia and she has her head shaved and stuff like that. So he went up on stage and smacked her.
Yeah.
I mean, smacked him. I bet. Smacked Chris Rock.
Like I heard.
So, my question is, was Will wrong in that situation?
I think.
I'm sorry, man. Stop the shit out there, nigga, bro. This is
He
hilarious.
did, for sure.
I'm sorry, man. That's not funny.
I really want to deep dive on this because, all right, so I feel like we should backtrack because obviously the smack was a reaction to a series of things that have happened to Will over the last couple years. He didn't just flat out smack Chris because of just the joke alone. I just think that was the tipping point. But really where I wanted to go was like, I think we as people forget that celebrities, these entertainers, these high profile people are still humans at the end of the day when they get off the screen. When they get off your timeline or whatever, they're still real people. So it's easy for somebody to sit there and talk about, his marriage, talk about his kids, talking about him as a husband, or whatever. But I guarantee you, reading that, just over time, it wore him down. It really wore him down, and I know there's been times where I'll see one or two people talking about me online, and I'll get into it with somebody online, and like I'm sitting there like, now what if this was 1 million people, and I couldn't respond because I had too much to lose. It's important. So when we get here at the Oscars, and Chris tells this joke, which it doesn't really matter, like, whether it's just a G.I. Jane joke or not, because, like, even if you weren't talking about our hair, I guess the other meaning of the joke was, like, G.I. Jane was having an affair in the movie or something like that. So, either way...
I don't get that.
Yeah, so pretty much, like, the joke was gonna sting regardless. I don't want to say Will's wrong for smacking him, because I took into account all those other things. He probably could have handled it differently. Probably could have been a conversation. Probably could have yelled on stage like Kareem said, but you can't tell somebody how to react after there's been so many different accounts of disrespect and bashing on that family. So
I understand where you're coming from, but this is why I feel like he was wrong. Will's smart enough to know how our image is portrayed worldwide.
as black people.
Yes.
Yeah.
They already, and I'm pretty sure, he been seeing the Kanye stuff, and, that's all over the internet. He probably seen that, they kicked him off the Oscars because of what he might have been doing, as far as his situation with his wife, or finna be ex-wife, or however. So with him doing that, I kind of feel like, it just gives them another, like, oh man, we gotta watch next Oscars. Oh man, we can't have black people sitting in the front row because we don't know if they're gonna come up here and slap somebody, or what I'm saying. Now we got that image, another image on us from that situation. Now with Will is a superstar, in the entertainment, If he felt any type of way, I feel like if he felt any type of way about that joke, you can't sit here and tell me that Will Smith, when Chris Rock would have went backstage, he couldn't have got up and be like, Hey, let me go. Hey, where Chris Rock at? You know what I'm saying?
can't
They
argue that.
ain't gonna deny him like, you know what I'm saying, access to Chris Rock. He's Will Smith.
Right.
He could have went out there and either talked to him or slapped him backstage.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say right smack wrong time. Like not your funny.
Yeah.
That's how I thought about like.
You know what I'm
Right
saying?
smack
I
wrong
know. I
time.
definitely know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? He would have presented the award. You know, what's his name? Questlove would have got his award. Once they would have went off, he could have got up and like, hey, where Chris Rock at? You know, smacked him then and be like, you know, did all that backstage.
And even
They say
Just
hindsight
take-
is 2020.
yeah, that's true. That,
But,
like
you know.
you could have did it at the party at that gold party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not.
And
Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
go ahead, Wes.
No. I already said it. I'm waiting till you finish.
Okay, but I'm kind of with DJ, man. Like at the end of the day, I'm all for standing for yourself, and when you have your breaking point, you have your breaking point. But at the same time, keeping it all the way, G. You know what I mean? Like Chris Rock didn't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody
Not
say
on live
because I don't
TV,
feel
that's
like
embarrassing.
what nobody says like his intentions weren't ill with that joke with it that
pretty sure
joke.
they cool.
You know what I mean? Like I respect everything that Jada Pinkett Smith is doing. You know, her talk show is very successful. A lot of people fuck with it, but at the end of the day, everybody and their mama don't fuck with that hoe. So people are not keeping up with you to the point that they know you have alopecia, especially when your family does all type of things. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and when I say that, it's just like all of y'all are famous. So, you know, all y'all get your own shine. It's just like that. You can't expect everybody to know what you got going on. I don't think he was trying to, you know,
Well,
joke about her
people-
health condition.
No,
you know,
people knew. Like I'm pretty sure. The
yeah,
joke-
people knew, but I'm saying he didn't know.
Well,
That's you know what I mean.
Feel like honestly,
I think he
it's-
knew. He just didn't think it would go that far.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
That's-
think he
that's
knew.
where I want to go. Where Joe just
I
said
don't
he
think he
didn't know
knew.
because-
That's what I'm saying. And he said he didn't know. You know what I mean?
I can say I
I want
want
people to
shit
put this in
guys that got
perspective.
slapped, but-
Will didn't actually smack Chris Rock. Like when he went up there, he was really smacking everybody. Like he was.
But that's what I'm
smacking
saying. That's not
the
fair to
entire-
him.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just saying I understand
feels more than
where
what the
he was
moment
at.
was.
Like you see the real table talk. When like first of all he looking at her like, why are you bringing this up?
And see, and this my thing right here though. This is my 2 points about it. What I don't like about it. What makes me not like the situation for
Yeah.
sure, is the point that off initial reaction, you weren't upset by the situation, but then when you noticed your woman was upset, you felt like you had to do that.
That's not true.
You know what I mean?
I felt like that
don't
laugh.
think that's true.
That laugh was really him trying to disguise it.
Yeah, Will.
And he kind of like blew up.
but that's
I've done that
but that's
before.
what I'm
I
saying though.
personally
You
done it
shouldn't.
before.
But
I
that's
know
what I'm
that.
saying. But that's right.
No, it's
I'm
definitely.
not.
wrong.
We're not
Exactly,
saying.
so that's
I'm not,
my-
I don't
you know
want.
what I
I don't
mean?
want
That
to.
was-
I don't want to say right or
that
wrong
should
because
happen.
nobody. My fault. I didn't mean to yell. I don't want to say right or wrong because nobody said anything when everybody was calling this nigga out of his name and talking about his marriage and everything.
But
When
that's what comes
something-
with being a celebrity, Wes. Though everybody
I
knows
that.
that.
Does come with
you know
the
what I mean?
job, but I'm saying that's gonna weigh on somebody. Everybody in this room,
you
would
Which
be,
is true, but that brings me, huh?
Did you watch his
Yeah,
speech
because
afterwards?
he apologized.
Yeah, oh, definitely. But
No,
I don't.
He
You know what I
said
mean?
love.
Easy.
He said love.
But
can make
hold
you
on,
do
this is
crazy
my.
things.
But that leads me to my second point. I'm gonna sit this on the table, and this will be that. At the end of the day, if you change race in this subject right now, this will be a whole different situation. Let Chris Rock would have been a white dude. Tell me what had happened.
Sure, it'd been worse.
That nigga career would have been over. Will Smith would have
sure.
never been in another movie.
For sure.
All right, watch this. Now, let Chris Rock would have been who Chris Rock is, and let Will Smith would have been a white
White
dude.
people wanted it to be a white person.
That shit would have been over. You know what I'm saying? Black people would have been
pissed me
right
off.
out.
That-
Come on.
I
So
wanna
that's
go
what I'm
there
saying.
next.
Why is it so entertaining and why is it so cool that a black man can go up and slap another black man and that's cool?
It's not cool.
But at the same time, you get what I mean? Reverse roles. A black man couldn't go up and slap no white man. A white man ain't finna go up and slap no nigga.
I want to.
You know what I mean? So why is
Yeah.
it cool that they can laugh and applaud
not cool,
this
bro.
nigga for
Right.
black
It's
on
not
black?
cool.
You get what I mean?
It's not
Like-
cool. I'm with y'all. Both y'all. What
At
y'all?
the end of the day, it's to me, you just don't put your hands on nobody else unless it gets to that level. And I don't feel like that corny ass joke that he said was on that level to where you had to disrespect that man
Bro,
in front of live
all
TV.
that is true.
You know-
That's
Here's what I
true.
say.
Y'all missing what West.
That's what I'm saying. That is true. What you're saying and what you're saying about there being a certain way we have to conduct ourselves as black people when we're invited to the table. That's both true. What I'm saying is, if you're on 99 and a nigga turn you up 1%, you are on 100.
Which is true, but that you know it ain't on purpose. That's like if a little nigga, that's like if you walking down the street and you fly as hell, and a little nigga step on your shit. You gonna smoke
not
this
that
little
easy.
nigga?
It's not that easy.
That's the last thing. You been stressing out all day, and the
bro,
last thing a nigga step on your brand new shit, you gonna smoke that little nigga?
I'm sorry, bro.
It's not that serious.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but you can't do that, bro.
Listen. So look, like I said, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
So everybody can sit here and say, obviously he shouldn't have hit him. It's obvious. Violence is never the answer. But if you look at the totality of the situation, like Wes is saying, you take a nigga that's been wound up for the past 2.5 years.
If not
this
longer.
little situation was just something that set him over the top. And the whole situation of them watching it happen, from him laughing at first to then Jada making a face or whatever, then the whole situation turning into something else, is basically the whole thing turning to shit in a second. This nigga Will probably had no idea what the fuck was going on. He thought it was funny, started laughing.
Talk about his nervous reaction being a laugh too.
Jada didn't
That's
like
important.
it. So all of a sudden now his
Yeah, that's one
mind
of his
goes from
mannerisms.
ha 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 to, oh shit, she's mad. When my first take was, when you watch him walking up on stage, he's almost smiling when he does it. I don't necessarily think that
He's smiling back and forth on the way back.
I don't think he meant to really go up there and smack him. I think what happened was this nigga was just like totally out of it. And by the time he walked up there, he just thought of something to do and smacked him. Like, have you never been just in a situation where you just were sent over the edge and just had a human moment and just did some shit? Obviously you've made that situation. So it's like, he even acknowledges that it was wrong for him to do that. The nigga like fucking dropped out of the academy today.
Go ahead.
Like, the whole thing, it's just they keep arguing whether or not he should have slapped him. It's like, no, obviously he shouldn't have slapped him.
Thank you.
But no one's talking about the fragile state that this man's emotions were in at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one talks about the fact that he had an actual human reaction and that this man has been through shit for so long, and then this one little situation just happened to be set over the top. And it's not like he went up there and punched him. He slapped him in the face.
But that's disrespectful as fuck.
It is disrespectful, but anything else would have been disrespectful.
Bro, but y'all are...
Go
ahead, DeeJay, then I'm
y'all keep talking about Will's fragile state. No one's talking about Chris Rock's mental state. Like, how you know? Like, okay, how we don't know? Like, if Will would have walked up there, and what if Chris Rock would have previously had an incident where somebody walked on stage and smacked him before, and then this happened, and Will walked on stage and he get the knocking Will out. Then what? Then Chris Rock would have been wrong.
But in reality, Chris is not facing the heat Will has. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. What if though?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Man, I want to talk about facts. I want to talk about the fact that I was like, man, I went to this nigga's page, Twitter and Instagram. There are people commenting on posts from months ago saying stupid shit. And I'm telling you, Will is an active social media member. And it's not just that. Imagine something you do every day. Imagine you, Will Smith, you can't even go to Kroger. You can't even go to Aldi, nigga. You can't even go get no chicken because when you come to the window, they're going to be like, oh, why you letting your wife sleep with the... Bro, you can't do nothing. You're not taking that into account. It's easy for us to sit here and say what we would have done or how a nigga should have felt. But nobody in here understands that level of pressure, bro, where everybody in the world knows your business and it has something to say.
My point was he shouldn't have done it, but I understand him. Like,
That's my stance.
I understand having a human moment and like not expecting it to turn out into what it did. Like, I genuinely don't think he meant to go up there and like cause a scene, but like everyone's had moments where they just like black out and you just do some shit. And I really feel like this nigga just had a moment, and like I can understand where it stems from, especially just knowing the whole totality of the situation and the toxicity of his wife that she's been putting on him, and like just all the shit that he's been dealing with. Like, I can understand it bubbling up, and this being his most like prestigious moment of his career. He has never won an Oscar before,
which was crazy to me. I didn't know that. I would have never known that had this happened.
For Best Actor is the best accolade that you can get as an actor. So this is his most important night of probably his entire acting career, and he fucked it up. Yeah, like the man is obviously upset about the situation and is like apologetic and everything. So it's like I don't understand why everyone is like
we can't
dogging
say-
him as if he like did something so disgraceful, like he just
We can't
dishonored everybody.
We can't feel
in his
sorry
home,
for
you know what
him
I'm saying?
though, because he
I feel
did
sorry
that.
for both.
He
of them.
didn't
He
disgrace. No, he didn't disgrace
did
the
that-
whole
he
race and no
did
shit like
that
that.
before.
He disgraced
I feel
himself.
Like it was a strike.
Yeah.
He
I
did
feel
that.
like it was a
No,
strike
no,
for
no,
the
no,
race.
no.
I don't
Y'all
think
thinking too deep on that.
We're
He
thinking
disgraced-
about. We're only saying that because we're thinking about how white people perceive us.
Oh, at
we
this point,
niggas
I don't
get
give a fuck.
smacked every day. A nigga got smacked today. Like we don't. That's little to us. The only reason why it was a big deal is because it was on TV. White people like Amy Schumer and Jim Carrey,
Man, that pissed
who
me
ain't
off.
done shit in when
And that's my
months, who want to
point,
come
bro.
on TV and tell us what? Oh, I can't sleep at night because he smacked. Man, get the fuck out of here! Like,
No,
Yeah, that I don't like.
But look what. Okay, look what. Like y'all just said, this is his first Academy Award after all the great movies he done did.
yeah, for sure.
Look how many Academy Awards. We're not dominating these awards.
Well, nigga, fuck the Oscars.
No, I know. I am
Yeah.
only. I
But
agree
my-
with what
but-
y'all are saying. I'm
but-
saying I just understand how he got to that point because That's why I wanted. That's why I said before the show and pre-show before y'all got here. I was like, the emasculation of a man is a serious thing, and when a man is desperate and low and feels like he has to prove something to a woman,
Yeah.
that's a dangerous place to be
And you
in.
know what's funny?
even said
To expand on what you said a second ago, most of the people that had responses to the situation, something that I was hearing a lot was, "Oh, he should have just done it backstage" or something like that. Like their argument was, it was offensive because it was publicized. It was on national
Right.
TV. But if he would have just went backstage and smacked him back there in
Still
public,
cameras.
it would have been fine.
It's still cameras.
Because I feel like that the reason why that's legit is because like Wes just said, niggas get smacked every day.
Right.
So if he would have just got smacked behind
Backstage.
stage, that shit would have just been tabloids and would have been over by that night.
I
That
mean,
shit
not at
wouldn't
the
even have
Grammys.
made it.
I mean, not at the
And
Oscars though. Like,
Yes, that shit wouldn't have made it to the morning news, bro.
I mean,
That
if
shit
it happened at
would've
the Oscars, yes, but if it happened like just on some pull you to the side shit, no.
But my
we're
point
mi-
is,
and we're
it's
missing
more
a bigger
disrespectful
point, too.
because it
It's
is
on
on national
live.
TV. My whole thing is, like I said, you're physically showing. With that act, you're showing them. The reason why I say it's a strike towards our race because you're showing them that we still, even with this award that we about to present you, that you're for the first time, blah blah blah. You still showing us that y'all don't respect each other. So how are we supposed to respect you if y'all still showing us
They
that y'all don't
didn't
respect
respect
each
us
other,
by putting
bro?
No.
putting their business out in the tabloids every day.
Which
We're
is true.
missing-
So how
and
are
we're
we
missing
showing
the-
them that we respect them?
We're
You know what I
missing
mean?
a point too.
Or respect us. That's what I meant to say.
At the Academy Awards, it's known for comedians to go up there and joke on the crowd.
All the time.
Facts.
So
Hey, pretty much
with
any
this
comedy
incident, I hear you condemning the Amy Schumer's and stuff like that. So I feel like they're saying that because if they go and joke at somebody,
You
they really have to scale back. You know what I'm saying? Their craft because they don't know if they're gonna offend somebody and they're gonna come up there.
Is
and
that what
smack
she meant? Wow, I'm traumatized.
Yep.
She felt like that can happen to her.
That's the only way it could.
All the
be-
comedians that
it
I
wouldn't make
know,
no other
Sherry.
sense for her to feel any type
Sherry- I
of
think
way.
Sherry-
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I apologize, Amy. I thought you was just doing some like Karen shit. But okay, but still, with that being said, scale it back a little bit because people get smacked every day. It wasn't that bad. But still, like, I get it. I get it.
But
I'm
that's
on
just-
y'all's side. I'm just
that's-
saying I
okay.
understand.
Look at, but y'all gotta. It's because they don't look at the entire situation. It's like she's scared that a random person is gonna come up on stage and smack her. Look at the situation they're in. They're in the Oscars.
Yeah.
The people that are in there are people that were chosen to be there. They were
they're
invited
like-
there. These aren't
Exactly.
random fucking people. These aren't just people from a random comedy club with no security and anyone can just walk on stage. The
Yeah, for
fact
sure,
that
for sure.
Will-
No, they
this
do have
dude, Will
seat
Smith,
fillers though.
This is
but
another.
They're not gonna do that.
Yes, but I'm saying these aren't just random.
Yeah.
Just fans,
This
like
is-
like you're
this
doing the
is-
Laugh
this-
Factory or something, and you're in an intimate crowd, and people could just come up and
Thank you. Like,
yeah.
this is like another actor who's there. Like this could have happened to any person.
Yeah,
you
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? It's not like it was a random person. It was Will Smith walking on stage.
Yeah, for
people
sure.
walk up on stage all the time.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one
yeah.
knew he was going to smack him.
Yeah.
So of course security isn't going to be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah,
stop."
it was nuts. It
You
was
know what I'm
nuts.
saying?
It was very nuts.
It's the same like when Kanye walked on stage. No one knew he was gonna do that. This is like you know what I'm saying. Even if it's hypothetical if Kim and Kanye get back together and they go to the Academy Awards, somebody gonna have to like. Hold on, let me not say nothing about Kim because you don't know if Kanye gonna come up here and smack us.
But see, like, if you on stage, right, and Kanye get up and start walking to stage, you're not gonna be looking for security to come get this nigga. You're gonna be like, oh, shit, Kanye coming up here. But if it's a random motherfucker that you've been making jokes at all day, and it's some nigga that you don't know, and he start coming up on stage, you're gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck? Get up. Back the fuck up.
This ain't the first time he's mentioned Will or Jada in
But
one
like I
of
said,
his
let's
bits
flip
too.
it though. If Chris Rock would have, like, let's say he would have counted that nigga off the rip. Like, let's say it's Will walking up. Let's just say Chris Rock's like out of fear, just fucking threw a punch and slept his ass.
Yo,
Everybody
Chris
would be crucifying
Chris
Rock
Rock
right now.
saved.
What the fuck?
No, Chris Rock saved the day.
Exactly, because he was the
No, don't get me wrong. He saved the day. Because if he swing back,
He said,
fuck we going past the viral. We going like all
he
time.
made it
like,
funny though, because he was like, man,
Yeah.
that might have
Chris
been the
said,
greatest moment in his
wow,
TV
nigga,
history.
mouth was
No, yeah,
thick.
he said, oh, wow, this might have been
Okay.
the greatest moment
Can we
in
can
TV
we
history.
can we highlight that? Can we highlight his reaction though? Because that is important.
He said,
Yeah.
Will just slapped the shit
that
out of
was-
me.
Because if
very
that was like DC or
Yeah.
somebody like that, then it wouldn't.
Right.
His own reaction explains what I was just saying. He didn't expect that shit to happen.
Right.
He saw Will coming up and he was like, "Oh my brother!" Like he thought it was funny.
Yeah, he was saying, like he thought he was coming to say something back. Yeah, for sure.
Wait a minute, Will.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince and got
Yeah.
his ass fresh
But how many
slap.
times have you
That Fresh Prince on his face.
had an issue with a nigga or like your boy and it was like, "Haha, shut the fuck up." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Never. I done
Like,
did that a lot to niggas.
I've
Never.
I don't feel
like you never had a situation where you
Nah, I used to
y'all was
do
like
it like
fake
that.
No,
joking.
you a goddamn lie. Never. I'll beat your bitch ass the fuck up.
Do y'all keep y'all?
You never had a nigga
I
used to
roast
be
you.
a
You
nigga
never had a nigga roast
I
you
used
and
to
then you was like,
nugget-
"Haha," and shut
I
the
used
fuck
to
up.
nugget the shit out of him though. You don't want to talk about that. Put your goofy ass in the headlock.
Well,
I just
last
think
thing.
people witnessed a real nigga moment on TV, and then it was like, "What the fuck?"
He's not lying though. Like
It was
that's
just a
literally
nigga moment.
nobody black. Honestly, if we didn't care about how white people perceived us, we look at that as like, oh well,
So
that's
if this happened at the Hoodie Awards, it would have been all the cool.
yeah. This was BT Awards. It wouldn't have been.
I honestly do.
Yeah,
for real.
if it was
would've
BT
been
Awards, it
some
would have been
BET
like,
Awards
oh,
type shit,
it would have been viral, but it wouldn't have been like, oh my
I
god.
still would have felt the race card like, okay, y'all still doing nigga shit on nigga shit. But still, now the fact that we're at a white function and y'all still doing nigga
Right.
shit, like, we have to come out of that. Stop accepting
Yeah.
that. Stop saying that shit cool. Like, of course that's us. Of course we can't help it. Blah 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 blah. Not saying that's wrong at all, but we gotta stop doing that shit in the places, the vicinities that races are going to be, and not
Right.
because of we can't be ourselves, but until we get to that level to where they take us serious and give us the respect we want, we can't expect them to when
It's
we
tr-
steady
it's
doing
true.
shit like this to ourselves.
I
You get
can't
what I'm
argue.
saying?
I cannot
Because
argue
I'm
that.
keeping it real right now. If I'm a white male and in my house, and I don't, especially if I don't like black people, I'm eating this shit up. I'm laughing. I'm loving
they
it. You know what I
eating it
mean?
up.
Because it's just like at the end of the day, y'all still showing me that y'all don't give a fuck about y'all. So why would I?
Yeah. I
We
got
show
you.
them motherfuckers we serious, you know what I mean, and we ain't on that shit, and that's not to say black people haven't came a long way because we have. That's not to discredit anybody.
No, you're right.
But that's my overall. We have to find a way to put that nigga moment shit to the side. You know what I mean? In certain settings.
I can't argue that, bro. And when he said that to me, like I couldn't argue that because it's all this shit is happening. Y'all do know that, right? Like head coaches in the NFL, the Super Bowl, we just got black. Like Jay-Z had to leverage his power to get Snoop Dogg of all people. Snoop Dogg, like the most famous black person, like a person,
Member, the most famous.
you know what I'm saying? The person that we would send to the white people to be like, hey, speak for us. Snoop would be one of those people because he just translates to everybody.
Yeah, Mark Stewart at home.
Jay-Z had to leverage his power just to get him to approve to the Super Bowl. Like, so it's still different areas that we're fighting. So, you know, Airrick and DeeJay, the shit y'all saying, I cannot argue that. Like, I can't and that is the disappointing part about it for me because we are going to be set back in some way. Like, it's
What if we just had a knock on the door right now and it was Will Smith and he just keep my name out your mouth. He just got one slap off.
oh well, we can. Hey, we don't got no.
Hey, help us go viral.
Yeah, I'll say, nigga, we would be on.
Shit, why you here?
gonna
You
jump.
gonna have an interview?
We gonna jump
The
him
most viral moment in podcast history.
I'm saying, we ain't gonna beat your ass.
I
Unless
don't
you
think
do
I would beat his ass.
I said,
Will
bro,
Smith?
Can you do an interview with us? If not, we gonna beat your
If
ass.
it's the same capacity, the same type of slap that
And
he
you was
gave
Chris?
Rock, and he walked in right now and slapped me, I don't think I would beat his ass.
You crazy as hell.